How's it going? This is your boy Kane Frost, and today's discussion is going to be quantity versus quality when it comes to dating. All right, so if you're looking, and it all depends on what you want to accomplish. Now, if you just broke up in a long-term relationship, then your mission to get back out there is probably going to be quantity. Is you're not going to have no feelings for people. You're just going to get out there, do your thing, and kind of feel good, and then go back home. And then you got the quality aspect of it, where you're going to be going out and vetting people for certain things that you're looking for, and then to see if they're compatible of what you're wanting, basically to bring, because you should never be looking for somebody to fulfill your life. Your life should already be happening. As always, you always should be looking for somebody to join your fun in your life, and that's the quality aspect. And if you're just rushing into the quantity, and then you hook up with the quantity part of it, then they might not be vibing off of what you're really searching for. And that's where a lot of people fail in their relationships, because a lot of males and females, they'll jump into things and then they'll just try to make things work out. And that's the worst way to go about it if you're trying to make anything work out, because that's just not the way it's supposed to be. You shouldn't be guessing on everything to see if it's just gonna fall into place. You should always be having some sort of a structure if you're looking for quality. Quantity is different, but quality should always be looking for structure and what you really want. And you should have a mental list in your head of what you're looking for, because you can really discard a lot of people in your life if you're really looking for that special person. But the other person has to be able to like you back. So even if you find somebody who is the right person for you, they still have to like you the same way. And if it doesn't, then you keep going. And then that's where a lot of people fail, because they see all the qualities in somebody that they have been looking for, and now they become too thirsty, and they become like besides themselves and not being themselves, and they become basically not really just living their life. Now they're trying to show this person more of themselves than what they really are. They're trying to sell themselves, like, hey, look, I'm this really great person, I'm this really good catch, why don't you like me? And they're coming off as too needy, and then it drives the other person away. If it's meant to be, then it's going to come regardless. But you still have to put yourself out there. You can have that mentality where things are just going to come regardless. But if you're sitting on the couch all day long, it's not just going to show up. And if you just go to work and you see the same group of people at your work, it's not just going to happen unless you're looking for somebody at your work. And if you just go to lunch by yourself and you're not a social person, it's just not going to fall into place. So what do? How do you find this special person that you're looking for? You got to go out, right? And then when you do go out, you got to have the mindset of what you're looking for. So are you just looking to go out and get laid, or are you looking for a long-term relationship? Are you looking for quantity, or are you looking for quality? Quantity, everybody can get, because that's a sexual attraction. That's you see somebody, you're like, I like the way they look, I can have sex with them, I want to make it happen. And if the other person sees you the same way, then most likely you're going to make it happen. And then that's the quantity part of it. You're just a numbers game. You're just kind of going through them, and guy or girl, you're just going through them, and then, really there's no feelings, because you're not going to see them the next day, and if it is the next day, they do spend a night. Usually you shouldn't have people spend a night at your place if it's the quantity part of it. But if you're wanting to have feelings and get a relationship, then yeah, you have them spend a night. You wake up, you have breakfast, or you go do something. That's growing into the quality aspect of it. But if you're going into the quantity part, your mindset, and you're like, oh my God, I was going to this numbers game and I ran across this cool person. Now I think that there might be, for the quality aspect of it, it's not going to work out, because you were looking at one point of view, they were looking at one point of view, and then you're going to try to make this happen, and the energy is going to be off because they're not feeling it the way you are, because it was just a hookup. You got to understand that. You got to respect that. And if you don't respect that, it usually ends up bad. You're going to become too needy. You're not going to know who you are. Thirsty, over calling, over texting, just saying a bunch of stupid stuff, commenting, liking, all this stuff that you normally don't do to a person you just like, or just kind of like. You're going to be showing too much interest. You're going to be driving the other person away. So again, it all falls back on what you're looking for. Now, if you're not looking for anything, and you go out, most of the times you're not going to find anything because you're not looking for nothing. And if you're one of the persons that, well, it's just going to happen, I'm going to find that person at the right place at the right time, good for you if that happens. But most of the time it's not going to happen, because you're never going to put yourself in that situation where you're looking for somebody, because your mindset is not in that state of mind where you're open, and whoever comes and talks to you, you're just, that social person. When you just like, I'm not looking, you're not a social person. Like, I'm just going to go in here, I'm going to get my gas, I'm going to go in here and pay, and I'm going to get out. And that's what you're going to do. But now, if you're looking for somebody of quality, you're going to be open to everything. You get out of your car, you look at everybody at their gas pump stations, just trying to see who's out there. You walk into the store with ease, you check out everybody in there. You're this open person, and you're giving off this energy that you're this person that's acceptable to people coming to talk to you. And you give off that energy, and most people will say hi and smile at you and look at you, and do also because you're this accepting person wanting, this certain interaction from this certain individual. But if you don't have that in mind, then it's never going to happen. So a lot of times people say, why can't I find it? Because you're not looking, or you are getting it from the people from the numbers game. You're going to people, numerous guys or girls, and you try to make it work with a guy that you really didn't vet, and you didn't have the mindset of getting the quality person. You had it for the quantity, and it never works out. So you gotta understand from the very get-go, what are you looking for? Are you looking for quantity, or are you looking for quality? Is it a numbers game, or is it a relationship? It all starts there, and you can't mix and match the in between. You're going to be feeling it, they're not going to be feeling it. They're going to be feeling it, you're not going to be feeling it. You see what I'm saying? But if you have that quality, it will never happen. You'll never have to ask those questions, because that checklist goes through your mind, and then you're like, this ain't for me. But if you have the mindset of just a numbers game, it is for me, and then you make it happen, go in your own way. But when you ever try to mix and match those things, it will never work. And hey, it might work for the very, 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 very small percentage out there. Not gonna say it's impossible. It might work, but for that slim majority out there that it does work, it's a very, very, very small percentage. And don't get all hooked up on that you heard a friend of a friend or a cousin or a brother, sister's aunt, uncle did this and that and they made it work. Whatever. That's just all those little tiny small stories that are just very rare. Understand that, have the mindset of what you want to do, and you will make it happen in your life. All right, man, that's a quick rundown of quantity versus quality. What are you looking for? And make it happen each and every single morning you wake up. If you are a morning person, do that. If you're a night person, do that. If you wake up in the afternoon, just have the mindset of either you're just wanting to smash and hook up with people, or you're looking for somebody to spend some time and kick it for a while. But when you try, remember this: when you try to mix and match, and you weren't looking, and you found somebody and all this other stuff, you're just trying to run for a numbers game, and you find across this cool person, it doesn't work out because it's usually not going to work out. Understand that you had the wrong mindset in the beginning. Had the right mindset, and it will work for you. It's that easy. All right, man. Until the next time, this is your boy Kayne Frost. I will see ya later.